That is my impression of explosions because Premier African Minerals and Kodal Minerals have both decided to blast off. In today's video, we're going to have a look at the technical analysis, guys. I thought to myself, there's been a lot of action since we last covered both these stocks only last week, and we're going to have a look at why that's potentially happened and the technical analysis. Welcome back, everyone, to the channel. Before we start, I just want to make it clear the quality of the camera is poor. I'm having camera issues. And I think I'm maybe having mic issues. I don't know if it's a PC issue. I don't know what the issue is, but this is the third time trying to record this video. It might come out quite fast because I've literally had to rehearse it effectively now twice. But fingers crossed, it's nice and clear and concise, and hopefully I save my time on the editing. Anyway, we'll kick it off with Kodal Minerals Dream. Now, we last covered this video 7 days ago. And in that video, I made it clear that I had bought more based on the fundamental news. Now, I'm not going to repeat myself again here. I'll share the link to the video where you can go in and watch all the fundamental news that has happened with the deal and what the future looks like. But in short, we have seen Kodal Minerals Dream up currently 40% in 5 days, which is very nice. And we can see from the highs to the low up about 58%. Fantastic. Kodal doing very good with their fundamentals news. We've got good deals. We've got spodumene ready to go. We just need to get it sold. And there is a bit of an issue there, but we're hoping it's going to be ironed out very, very soon. Part of the reason why Kodal and PREM are both pumping is because spodumene prices have went upwards. And we look at the monthly chart, we can see as low as 615, which meant that neither of the companies were in a position to sell this at profit. Kodal is in and around 640, 650. Heaven won't take me and hell's afraid I'll take over. But at 666, we are making bank. And that is very nice. And that is why people are starting to invest, I think, more in these companies. I want to look at the charts weekly. This is on the week chart. We can see here we have pushed up and touched the 200-day moving average. Everything below a 200-day moving average is bearish, a bear market. Anything above is bullish, bull market. Very simple. Basic stuff to sort of get your head around. For Kodal Minerals, the majority of the time we have been in a bull market. As of recent, though, we went into the bear market. Bit of the bad news that came out, more so the prices of spodumene going on the side of a cliff, has dragged us into that situation. We can see the wick has been touched off that. We're trying to get above it. And if we look at the day chart, it tells a better picture. We can see we have rallied and pushed right up to that point. We're getting rejected. We're struggling. Wouldn't be surprised if we went for a bit of a sideways motion. Although if the prices of spodumene continues to rise, it's going to push us above and back into a bull market. Fantastic. Anyone that's jumped in on this here a week ago watching the video, you're welcome. Lovely gains on Kodal Dream. Now, if we actually look at a bit more technical analysis, we can see here MACD is crossing over, push it up. Still has room to move, which is good. RSI, on the other hand, is overbought and it is pulling back. But something that I noticed that was really interesting was at these levels, these rock bottom prices, when you really didn't feel it could go any lower, not a huge amount of people buying. Yes, it is on par, but these levels, not a lot of people buying. It was the fundamental news that has come out. The prices of spodumene turning, and now we can see the mass volume here way above these levels, which is interesting to me because it just shows you that there's a lot of people loading up now. Now, will these be people that are looking for a quick buck? Beating down stocks always pump hard, especially on good news. Or is this people thinking, I'm in this long? Only time will tell. I expect volatility, but Kodal for me is looking very, very good. Now, let's have a look at Premier African Dream. We did this video about 10 days ago. Talked about the news. Graham Hill is in, the guy that we're hoping is going to save PREM. George Roach, the shit show that it has been under his tenure for the last 2 years, looks to be finally coming to an end, and there won't be too many tears shed from my perspective. But I am delighted that Graham Hill's coming in. We looked at him in the last video. Again, share the link. You can go in, check out that video, because what you'll find is a bit of background about him. The guy's got a good, proven track record, and we're hoping that he's going to be able to bring that expertise and that record into PREM and take us further. And that's definitely part of the reason why, because you don't pump 124% in 5 days based on nothing. Spodumene prices again at 666, lovely jubbly, but that's not the real pump. The big bit of news really is Premier African Minerals restarts Zulu Lithium plant after the upgrades. So that is a good sign. That's what we've been getting diluted for, and George Roche has been crying about, and his big plan is to get this up and running and, you know, go off into the sunset with a lot of our money. But very, concluded that he done a good job here. Speculation, of course. So I don't know. The plan going to work? That's what we're hoping for. That's what the dream's got to be about. But from the rest of the point of view, the technical analysis, it does look like there's more upside. Now, is it more riskier than Kodal Minerals? In my opinion, it is more risky than Kodal Minerals. However, higher risk, higher reward, and we love our African miners on this channel. So this is exciting. However, for me, probably the majority of people 125%, Jesus, 225% ain't going to make much of a difference because when you strip it back on the 5 year chart, if you bought up here, you're looking at a 97% drop still. So, yeah, it's hard to get too excited when really it's made about a 1% difference to my portfolio. Not that that's my average price. My average price is about zero point 0.4, but here, roughly from here to here, I'm still down 92%. So sorry, I'm not getting too excited about it. But anyone that jumped in on the video, I did say last time I wasn't buying in. No point. The average is too high. I'm not prepared to spend much money on this here to bring it down. The fundamentals aren't there. This is all speculation. Hoping Graham Hill's going to make a difference. He hasn't made a difference yet. We're hoping that he's going to make a difference. So the two stocks are in different positions right now. Prem is more of a wishful thing. I think Kodal's more of a sure thing, but nothing sure in this game. That's for sure. So look, that's where we're at. Kodal and Prem both look very, very strong. If we look at Prem's technical analysis on this, then on the weekly chart, says pretty much the same as Kodal. Plenty of room to move, except for we're nowhere near the 200-day moving average, that's for sure. But on the day chart now, if we reset this chart and get a bit more better, we can see we've touched the wick. We've tried to go bullish. Unlike Kodal, Prem is for the majority of the last few years been bear in a bear market. It's been bearish. It's been a shit show. And that shit show's been since about June 23. So we're 2 years in a bear market shit show. The only time we really tried to break above was way back when we got this big huge pump to zero point 0.1. That was a long time ago. But yeah, we're trying to break above it. Can it do it? Think so. I think there's enough optimism. I think spodumene prices keep going the right way. There's nothing really to suggest that this should stop. I mean, we are massively beaten down. If we look at the market cap, it's not even 18 million with this recent pump. 18 million is really fuck all in terms of a market cap. When you consider a £100 million plant, you consider all the resource and the assets that are potentially there to be used. This is beaten down. And yeah, I'm just going to sit tight and watch this space. I'm waiting on the fundamental news. I'm waiting for the plant to work. I'm waiting for Graham Hill to give us a bit of reassurances that he's going to be a CEO first and foremost. He becomes CEO, the plant's working, we start shipping. I will buy more, and I do expect the share price to be massively, massively higher if those things were to come. And that is really the risk reward situation you find yourself in with both of these stocks. They're both exciting. I enjoy these minor stocks. They are high risk. They were 20, 30 plays. We're only halfway there. It's been one hell of a journey, right up to the top, right down to the bottom. Can we get it back up again? We'll turn the corner. Both look very, very good. Kodal has ticked away nicely over the period. Prem has been a fucking roller coaster and a half. But look, we're still on it. We're still going. And Premier African Minerals right now looks a lot better than it has done over the last couple of years. So fingers crossed, this is the turning point. So spodumene prices continue to pump. And we should be even doing an update video next week with these share prices, hopefully a lot higher. That is the video. Just thought I'd do an update. Any questions, any thoughts, leave them down below. I'll be happy to take a look at them. I always respond to everybody. Please like and subscribe. Appreciate that. And people that do comment and stuff. We're trying to get the channel going. It was a long time ago when we did a lot of videos. It's the first time in about 2 years where we've put a run of videos together. I'm enjoying it. Just need to get the camera and studio and my voice sorted. But we're back, baby. It feels good. And I'll see you in the next one.